All right, so coming to standing. All right, so standing with our feet hip width, just lengthening our spine and creating our standing posture. So knees slightly soft, weight even through the feet, thinking of the weight through the heels, the big toe, the little toe, and slightly lifting the inner arch of the foot so that we're not collapsing through onto that inner arch. We've got a little bit of activation from the inner arch coming up the legs, pelvic floor, and into the core. Arms just gently by our side. Let's just take some nice breathy movements to begin with. So on an inhale, we're just going to reach up and take the arms above the head. And on an exhale, we're just going to simply press them down. Let's do 6 of these. So 2. So this is just a nice breathing movement more than anything. A little bit of a dynamic stretch. Don't need to be too accurate with this one. Inhaling to reach up, exhale to press down. 2 more. I'm bending my knees a little bit so that I'm not holding any tension on. Inhaling up and exhale to release down. Okay, let's take some shoulder rolls. Inhaling to roll the shoulders up and back. Exhaling to soften the knees and lower them down. If you want to, you can take the hands onto the tips of the shoulders and lead that shoulder roll with the elbows. So we're inhaling up, exhaling open out. 2 more. 1 more. After this last one, we're going to take the full arm into that movement, or the full arm, sorry. Inhale, bring both arms up, open out, and exhale, soften down. And 2. Be aware that we're not rolling those knees in as we bend the knees, keep them parallel. 3. 1 more time, 4. Good, bring your arms back down by your side, and just give those shoulders a little shake. Let's do our nice bounces with our breath work. So we're going to breathe in to bring the shoulders up. And we're just going to breathe out and bounce and shake and release. 4 more. So this feels a nice tension and stress reliever. 2 more. Inhale, shoulders come high. Exhale, let that tension go. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale, just release. Good, hands on either side of the thighs, breathing in. As we breathe out, let's slide down to the right hand side, following the arm with the eye line, softening in the knees, inhaling to hold the side bend and exhaling to come back up. Inhale in the center, over to the left. Okay, inhale to hold, exhale, come back up. 1 more time either way, exhale down. Both my knees are staying soft and my weight is even on both legs. Just taking a soft side bend to open through the side body. How does that feel this morning? And then we'll do 4 of those side bends, but this time we're going to take the arm extension. So let's take the left arm up. Exhale, as we slide the right hand down, we take the left arm overhead. Just to open up through the side body that little bit more. And then on the right, inhaling up. Exhale, slide down. Inhale up to standing and exhale down. 1 more time either way. So the arm goes outwards and upwards. Really enjoy that expansion. Exhale, soften down. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. 1 last time on the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, soften down. Inhaling up. And exhale, release. Good. Okay, let's take internal and external rotation of the shoulder girdle with a little upper body scoop. So if I face to the side slightly, you're going to take your arms out to shoulder height. As if you're trying to touch either side of the room with the fingertips, but remember, keep your ribs over your hips and your shoulders away from your ears. As we breathe in, we're going to round the shoulder girdle forwards as we slightly curve the upper body and soften the knees and look down. We breathe out. We breathe in there. This time as we breathe out, we open back up and keep opening the palm of the hands to face the ceiling, lift the chin slightly. Breathe in there, exhale, fold down. So we turn the palm of the hands towards the back, round the shoulders in, upper body curve, nice breath in. Exhale, let's come up. Lift the chin and the chest, allow the forearms and the palms to face the ceiling. 3 more. So it's just a little upper body scoop with a softening of the knees and a relaxation of the head. And we're just moving the whole upper body, but the movement is stemming from the shoulder. So we're internally rotating the shoulder girdle to bring us into that forwards fold. And then we're externally rotating the shoulder girdle to bring us back up. Let's do one more time. Inhaling there, exhale, round and scoop. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come back up. Good. Keep your arms out to the side. Just turn the palm of the hands down. And let's just soften over towards the right hand side. Looking down to the bottom hand. Reaching up to touch the ceiling with the top hand. And make sure you've got weight on both legs there. Take a couple of breaths in that side bend with your arm extension. And then come back through center and over the other direction. So we're just opening up the side even more by extending through the arms. Really stretch there. Good. And coming up and lower those arms down. 2 more shoulder rolls just to finish with there. Okay, quick warm up with the feet. Stand a little wider but stay parallel, so stay forwards with the feet, knees and hips. Hands onto the hips, shoulders soft. Let's soften those knees and let's just alternate heel lifts with weight transference over to one leg as we lift the heel and then over to the next, so that we're just alternating nice and steadily. And if you get to a point and you think, oh, that foot feels tighter than the other, then just stay on that side and just keep the heel lifted. Maybe take a couple of gentle bounces into that stretch and then take it over the other direction. And if it feels nice, you can come onto the front of the foot as well. So the leg that's out to the side, try not to have much weight on it, but come onto the front of the foot and the toes if you can. If you've got that range of movement, come back to the ball of the foot, change over and see if you can do that on the other side. So come onto the front of the foot and the toes, relax the knee, body stays soft. Back to toes. So we're just seeing how flexible our feet and our ankles are. Good. Bring the feet back underneath the hips. Let's take some simple ankle circles. So standing on the left leg, right leg out in front. Grow tall with the spine, shoulders soft, lift off the foot. And let's take 6 outwards and 6 inwards ankle circles. That's it. Remembering not to sink the upper body into the lower body. Grow tall from the crown of the head, keeping the shoulders soft. And once you've done 6 on that leg, simply switch. And in your own time, take those 6 ankle circles on the other side. Good. So today is primarily standing Pilates. So we've got lots of functional work, leg strength, coordination is quite a big one today. And obviously our balance as well. So let's just take one roll down, just as a warm up through the spine. So with your arms by your side, we're going to breathe in to lift the chin. Breathe out to roll the chin towards the chest, and let's just take that nice steady roll down through the spine to get us started. So if you need to just go halfway with the hands on the thighs, do that. Otherwise, release the arms, or maybe or cross the arms at the elbows and use the elbows to pull you further down. If you are in that elbow grip, you might want to take a little figure of 8 movement with your elbows. Down towards the ground, gently swinging the body, relaxing the head wherever you are. Come back to the center, release the arms, take a breath in, and roll slowly back up through the spine. Okay, take a couple of shoulder rolls at the top, and we're going to take our monkey swing movement. So excuse me 1 second. So let's start with the feet parallel, and let's take our arms up and over the head. Okay, so these can be as small or as big as you like. We're going to breathe in to stretch the arms up. We're going to breathe out to tuck the chin into the chest. Do 1 bend of the knees. Do 2 bend of the knees and return back up. So we breathe in to reach tall. We breathe out as we release 1, release 2, and we rebound back up. So it's a nice gentle forwards release. So if in doubt, keep it really small. Just do a little bend and then a stretch back up. Otherwise, make that nice and big. Remember, you need to bend your knees twice. You need to bend once and then twice to rebound up. If you want to add an arm circle at the end, so as you come up, the arms go round and then they lift back up. Before we go again, round and lift back up. And you might decide after your double arm circle to take a rise and a hold before you go down. Let's do 4 more at whatever level you're doing, so keep it nice and tiny if you need to. Okay, there's no need to take the double arm circle backwards either. You could just stay here. One more. That's it. Last hold. If you have the heels lifted, feel that length, feel that balance. Lower the heels down, lower the arms down, and then just give everything a good shake. Whew. Okay, let's have a quick sip of water. So let's do coordination with the arms now. And this exercise is going to step up in levels. So we start with our feet hip width and our arms above our head. Okay, I'm going to take my right arm forwards as my left arm goes back. The arms circle down to cross the midline of the body. They keep moving to return back up. Okay, so I'm going right forwards, left back, and inhale, circling back up. Now, if it feels quite natural, add a bend as you go down with the arms, and inhale as you come up. Some of you, it might find natural to add that body rotation and come up. Do two more, right forwards, left back. Inhale up, I can't see you all doing this one really. Down and up, pause at the top and go the other way. So now go left forwards, right back. Inhale up, and two. So either keeping the shoulders square, or as you take the arm forwards and one back, you might bring in a little bit of upper body rotation if that feels natural to you. So exhaling down, inhaling up. Two more, exhale down. Inhale up, one more. Exhale down. Inhale up, pause at the top. Okay, this time we're going to go back to right forwards, left back. However, if you watch me now, as I've taken my arm forwards and back, the opposite leg is then going to lift for a moment's hold in between. You're then going to go one forwards, one back. And as soon as we come up, the opposite arm to leg is going to lift. Okay, so we go down. We come up and we add the leg lift. Two more, we go down. We come up and we add the leg lift. Little balance there, one more time. Down, soften up, last leg lift, hold, 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 and lower down, straight onto the other side. So now left forwards, right back, and I'm gonna lift my right leg. And then lower down, left forwards, right back, and lift. Good, four more, exhale down, inhaling up and lift. So obviously the lift and the range of movement is optional. You might keep it really tiny and just take the lift out of it. Two more. Or you might just stick to the arm coordination if that's enough for you. So one more time, and then lower those arms down, and again, just give those arms a shake. Okay, we're going to quickly do the dynamic hamstring stretch we did a few times last week. I'll stand slightly to the diagonal. We're going to stand parallel, bend both of our knees, and then I'm going to take one leg out in front, okay? The leg that's out in front, you're on your heel, and your supporting leg is bent. We then take the arms up above the head. We breathe in here. As we breathe out, we soften the body and the arms forwards to come slightly over the legs, but it's just a little upper body curve. And then we breathe in to trace the hands up the side of the body, back to extension. Your option here is to hinge with the hips and fold the body over that front leg. And then return back up from there. So you can either keep it really small, rolling down, and returning back up. You're always on a bent supporting leg. Or you can really take that weight forwards, hinge the hips, relax the body over to get more of a hamstring stretch, and come up two more times this way. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, come back up one more time. Exhale, fold and release as far as you're comfortable. Inhale, come back up. Good, return the legs in, switch legs. Okay, inhale, reach tall with the arms. Exhale, maybe just keep it gentle and just do a little forward flexion of the head and neck, and then come back up from there. So you can keep it there if you want. Exhale down, inhale up. Otherwise, those that want to, think of sticking your bottom out a little bit as you hinge the hips back to bring the body over the legs and down. And inhale to trace up and extend up. Exhale, release forwards and down. Inhale, trace up. Can we do 4 more? Exhale, release down. Inhale up. And 3. So again, if you need to just keep it nice and small, just do a gentle upper body curve if that's all you want to do today. Otherwise, you're making it nice and juicy. Anteriorly, we're tilting the pelvis as you come over those legs to get a really nice stretch, particularly through that straight leg at the front. Lifting the toes is going to give you more of a stretch. After this last one, return the legs in, relax the arms down, and let's do a few of our pelvic girdle circles. So stand wide again, parallel, hands on the hips, and let's just take a few of those circular movements with the knees staying soft. Okay, so I'm choosing to go anti-clockwise first. So you can either mirror me or go whatever way you like. So one more time, keeping the knees soft, moving from the pelvis to circle. Coming back to the centre and go the other way. So this is a really nice movement to do. You might feel a little bit silly doing it, but it's a really nice one to warm up through the knees, the hips, and the lower back. Just make sure your shoulders haven't come up here. So make sure, because we're thinking of the hips, that your shoulders haven't crept up. One more time. Good, and come back up from there. Let's just take 3 double arm raises and lowers. And 2. And 1. And release down. Okay, pliés now. So we're going to stand wider than hip width, and then we're going to externally rotate the feet, knees, and hips. So front hips, torch on, and they're both shining forwards, whereas your knees and your toes are out diagonally. Okay, hands on your hips, lengthen between the ribs and the hips, but keep the shoulders soft and the chin in slightly. Let's just inhale and bend into that plie, and exhale, push the floor away to come back up. Remembering as we bend down, knees in line with the toes, don't let those knees roll in. Exhale, push up. 4 more. Inhale, slow plie. Exhale, slow push and return. And 3. Inhaling on the way down, shoulders soft. Exhale, push up. So make sure when you come into that plie, you're bending straight down, you're not leaning forwards, and the weight's on the little toe and the heel, and not on the inner arch and they said the thumb, the big toe. Good, one more time. Inhale, bend down. And exhale, come up. Okay, now we're going to take the arms into it. This is technically a bit of a ballet port de bras movement. However, don't think of it like that. I want you to think of starting with your arms down. Okay, you're then going to take your arms out in front of you. You're then going to lift them directly up and then take them out. So the arm movements from here are in front, up above, out, and down. So that's the coordination of the arms. Okay, we're now going to add a plie. So as we plie, our arms come in front. As we come up, our arms come up. As we plie again, our arms come out. And as we come up, our arms come down. Just do that a few times. See if you can coordinate those flexions and extensions with those arm movements. 4 more. Plie and lift. Plie and lower. And 3. That's it. And don't worry about doing sort of balletic arms. Obviously, I've got quite naturally balletic arms, but if you just wanted to keep the arms quite straight and just do the arms like this, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so can you coordinate that? One more time. Bending, arms come in front, come up, arms come out and down. Pause here with straight legs. Now, can we reverse that? So the arms will be going out and up, forwards and down. Out and up, forwards and down. Let's bring in the legs and up, forwards and down. And out and up and forwards and down. Good, 2 more. So we're just working that coordination as we do that leg strengthener. One more time. Good. And down. And pause here. Just give everything a little shake. So we've got the coordination, hopefully. I'm now going to demo what we're going to do with the legs. Okay, we're going to come into our plie, and we're going to add, if you can, a double heel lift and lower. Heel lift and lower as we do those arms. Okay, so we'll come into our plie. We'll then stay in our plie, lift the heels and the arms, lower the heels, arms out to the side, lift the heels, arms down. So we're then staying in the plie, adding alternate heel lifts and lowers as we coordinate with those arms. 2 more. Ready to go the other way? And go out and up and forwards and down. Out and up, forwards and down. Out and up, forwards and down. One last time, and up, forwards and down. Go, place the heels, come up. Woo. Give those legs a little shake, and just take a couple of shoulder rolls, couple of double arm raises and lowers. Good. Okay. Nice stretchy one now with an optional balance. So I'm going to stand on my right leg parallel, and I'm going to tap my left leg out to the side. Okay. My arms are going to go out to the side. So most of my weight is on my standing leg. I'm going to transfer my weight onto my extended leg as I bring the same hand to hip and the other arm over. And then going to step back to transfer back to where I started from. So we're stepping over, transfer the weight as the arm comes over, and we're stepping back. 4 more. Exhale, inhale, and 3. Exhale, and inhale. Staying parallel with the legs. 2 more. After this last one, I'm going to add in an option, which is this. So you can now, as you step onto that leg, rotate the leg in as the arm comes over, and then step back onto it. So you have that moment of leg lift and balance, and then step back on. 3 more. And stepping out. And 2. Always step out onto a slightly bent supporting leg. Last one. Recover here. Stay here and simply switch to the other side. So my weight's down my left, my right leg is out, both arms out. Inhaling, exhale, transfer the weight over, hand to hip, arm stretches. Inhale, back to where we were. Exhale. Inhale over. 4 more like that. Exhale, step. Inhale, transfer back. Shoulders soft. Inhale, as I'm transferring, I'm taking my eye line down. Good, 1 more time like this, and then we'll add on the retire and the step back. So retire over, and we step back. So as we bring that leg in, we're almost hinging the hips away as we take the arm over, and then we step out. 3 more. And step out. 2 more. Exhale. And out. Last time. Exhale over. Inhale out. Hold there. And come back in. Okay, just give everything a little shake. Maybe take a couple more of those pelvic circles. How are we all feeling? Thumbs up to camera if we're all okay. Perfect. Okay, I thought that was I'm not so sure then, Kath, but I think you were doing this. Okay, next one. Let me just have a quick look at my plan to make sure that I'm not going too far off plan. Brilliant. Split squat with potentially a block or a book. You could hold anything. You could get hold of your cat, your dog. You don't have to have something here. If you haven't got a block, we're just going to be using the arms as a point of focus. Okay, so whether you have a block or not, we're going to come to standing parallel. Okay, we're going to take the left leg forwards and the right leg back. My feet, knees and hips are parallel. I'm going to lift off my back heel. Fix that position so that my weight's down through the centre of both legs. Holding the block or just the hands in towards the chest. I'm going to bend both knees and come into that level of split squat that you know you can hold. So don't go too deep if you're going to struggle. Okay, so I should be able to put a spirit level across your pelvis. So left leg in front, right leg behind. We're going to reach away from the front leg, up to the top diagonal. We're going to breathe in here. As we breathe out, we're going to come through past the chest and reach down over that front leg to twist. We breathe in to come through the centre and we reach up. We're maintaining our split squat lunge. Exhale, we come down. Okay, the hardest point here is changing your eye line. So if you follow the block and look up, or follow your hands, and then come back to centre and then follow the block down towards your front heel. So changing your eye line is going to be adapting and challenging your balance and control. Okay, 2 more times. If that's too intense, you could come up to straight legs and just do the reach. Or if following your hands with your eye lines too much, just keep the eye line to centre. So do 1 more time, reaching away from the front leg and then reaching over the front leg. Bring the block of the hands back to centre and step in. Switch sides, right forwards, left back. Or the other side to what you've just done. Back heel's lifted, hips are level, knees are parallel, and we're going to soften both knees. Okay, so if I'm at the side, I'm here, weights in the centre. Block is in the front, or hands are just here. We're going to reach on an inhale away from this front leg. We're going to exhale, come through the centre and pass the block, or the hands down to the front heel. Inhale, we come up, reach away, control, balance. Exhale, come through and reach down. So you're maintaining that lunge the whole time. Reaching away option is to keep your eye line to the centre. If you're struggling with that balance, keep looking forwards. Just do the movements with the arms and the hands. The bigger your reach is and the more you are looking, the harder this is going to be. So therefore, the smaller your reach is and looking forwards, the easier it's going to be. 1 more time. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, reaching down. Good. Coming up. Okay, 1 more thing each side. Switch legs again. So left leg forwards, right leg back. Okay. Come back into your split squat lunge that you can manage, so don't go too deep. Block our arms in towards the body. Block our arms up. We're now going to circle. We're going to lean towards the front leg, down towards the floor and slightly forwards. We're going to circle away from the front leg, and we're going to finish where we started. So we're staying in that lunge, and we're trying to take a little body flexion as we circle and follow the arms or the block. Okay, so if you don't have the block, you're circling the arms round, staying parallel with the arms, and following them with the eye line, but not letting those legs become unstable. Good, 1 more time. If this is all too much, come back up to straight legs and just take the arm movement nice and softly. 1 more time. Return to centre and then step that back leg back in. And then we'll go on the second side. So we'll step back. Okay, we'll fix, lift the back heel, weight through the centre, sit into our lunge squat we can control. Are we centred with the body? Are our hips level? Shoulders soft. Arms up. We're now going to go towards the front leg. Round and down, slightly forwards, engaging with the core, away from the front leg without twisting, and then back up. And again, exhale down, inhale through centre, and exhale up, inhale in centre. 3 more. Exhale down. I'll just have a quick little look at you. So if again you needed to come up to standing, just come up to standing for a minute. Give yourself a shake out. Maybe take the squat out a bit if it's too hard, just go with the directional movement. Lovely. One more time, and then step in and just lose the block down to one side and give everything a little bit of a shake. Okay, little water break if you need it, little sip of water. I know I need it. Okay, you guys will be glad to know this is the last standing coordination balance exercise. Okay, so if you just watch me for this demo and for the options. So I'm going to stand to the side to demo this one. Okay, first level, we are taking right knee to retire position, which is on the inside of the left knee. We're taking our right foot to the inside of the left knee. Doesn't need to be that high, it could just be to left calf. And then we're simply tapping the leg back. So my weight is staying on my front leg, and I'm just simply lifting through and tapping back. So that's the action of the leg. As you're doing that, we're going to take the opposite arm up as the knee lifts, and then switch the arms as the leg taps behind. Okay, so we go opposite arm lifts as the knee lifts, and then we switch to tap. So the levels are, you can either stay on a straight supporting leg and just do the lift and the tap. You can either come onto a bent supporting leg and add a little lean and tap slightly further back, and then you need to correct your weight to come back onto it. Or you could lift here, hinge, don't let the foot touch the floor, and come into an extension behind. And then control back up onto that standing leg, and then control back down and onto the supporting leg. Okay, so a few different levels might help to build it up. So I'm going to build it up as we go. So start parallel. We're going to use our right leg and our left arm. So lift your right leg to inner knee as you take the left arm up. Then tap the right leg behind and take the right arm up. Okay, inhale, lift it up, and exhale, tap. That's nice and easy. On your tap, soften your supporting leg and tap that leg a bit further back so you bend into that supporting leg. And then you need to control to come back up and on it, and exhale back up and off it. Let's do 4 more. If you want to try lifting and then keeping that back leg lifted, sending it through and slowly controlling that little hinge balance. And then the hard bit is coming back up and off it to extend, to then come back down and onto it. So do 2 more at your level. So if all of that is too hard, just go back to the lift and the tap. 1 more time on this side, and then we're going to switch sides. Good. Coming up, once you finish that side, okay, give those ankles and those wrists a little bit of a shake out, particularly ankles on that supporting leg. You might have really felt that foot working. Second side, left leg, right arm. Control the core, keep the shoulders soft. Lift the left knee and the right arm. And then we're going to tap the left leg back and take the opposite arm up. Okay, so I'm either staying fairly straight, just doing the lift in opposition and the tap, or as I tap my left leg back, I'm going to hinge slightly and tap it a bit further. And then I'm going to control to come back up and off it. And then I'm going to exhale and tap and hinge. 4 more times. If you want to try a couple of each level, feel free, like I'm doing. Or maybe for the last 3, add the constant lift of the back leg as we control it through to more of a slight arabesque hold. And then the hard bit comes as we take that leg through and back up and back out and down. So slow as you need to for this. I'd rather you do these reps really slow and controlled than rush. 1 last time. Good. And coming back up. Lower the leg down and give the legs a little shake. Good work. Okay, stand parallel again. Soften both of your knees and cross your left leg over your right leg. Okay, so your left leg in front is a little bit bent and your standing leg is a little bit straighter. Same arm as the leg in front, put on your hip. And same arm as the straight leg is going to come up and over and bend away. And this time you are letting your hips bend away. So the front leg is slightly bent, the back leg is a little bit straighter. We're hinging our hips away from the arm overhead and we're looking down to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Coming up, switch. Okay, so right over left, front leg's a little bit bent, back leg straighter, same arm that's in front goes on the hip, other arm comes up and over. And then we hinge the hips away and we look down towards the side that we're leaning to. So we're really opening up through the hip, the lower back, the lats, the rib cage, and the arm there. So just allow that hinge to happen, but support with the core as well. Take a couple of breaths. And come back up. And soften off. Okay, sip of water if you need to. We are finished in terms of our standing work. Just a quick little time check. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to demo this next set on a Pilates ball, but you guys are going to come to seated on your mat. Okay, so we're going to be doing a half roll down scoop and adding a couple of different variations. Okay, so otherwise you're going to come and sit on your bottom with your knees bent and your feet flat in front of you for your half C-shaped roll downs. And I'm going to demonstrate just from my ball. My ball that's too soft. Okay, so you're basically in the same position as me but sat down, and you're going to have your hands behind your thighs for the first couple. Okay, if you know you're nice and secure with your half roll downs, straight away you can take your arms out in front of you. Okay, so you're either sat with your hands supported behind your thighs or out in front of you. 4 breaths. Breath 1, we're going to sit off our sit bones and go taller. Breath 2, we're going to imagine we're sat on that conveyor belt that's going underneath us, and we're going to roll our pelvis back, scoop and roll just halfway down. So we've created that C shape. We're going to breathe in to hold the C shape, and we're going to breathe out to roll back up. And again, inhale, lengthen off your sit bones. Exhale, bottom tucks underneath you. We roll through the spine, roll halfway. Soften the shoulders, chin towards the chest. Breathe in to hold the C shape. And exhale, come back up again. Okay, I'll just have a quick look just to make sure you guys are okay as I'm not demoing that one. That's it. So you're just taking a half roll back, using those legs and hand support if you need it, and returning back up. That's it, really nicely. 2 more. So breathe in as you lengthen when you sit up. Breathe out, posterior pelvic tilt and roll halfway. Lois, use your hands if you need to, but if you're comfortable, that's fine. That's it, lovely. 1 more time, and then we're going to add a variation. So we're just really focusing on the length on the breath in, the fold and the scoop on the breath out, the hold on the breath in, and then the return on the breath out. So that was your last one. Relax there when you're sat up. Okay, this next one, we're going to take single arm circles with rotation whilst we maintain our scoop. So for some of you, you'll carry on holding the thighs and you'll roll down, and then 1 arm at a time you'll take behind you and down, up and back to meet the thighs, and then rotate the other side, behind, down and up and back, but you're staying in your scoop. For those of you that are confident, you'll scoop without your arms here, and after your arm circles, you'll return with your arms out in front of you instead of coming back to the thighs. Hopefully we've all got that. Okay, so let's do 4 either side. So either with the hands behind the thighs or here, breathe in. Exhale, roll down to your C-shaped scoop. Inhale here, let's take the right arm down towards the mat behind you to rotate. Inhale up, exhale, stay in the scoop, but return the arms. Inhale there, exhale, go left this time. Arm goes down, it scoops up, and returns back out in front. So this time we're maintaining our C-shape half roll down through the spine. We're not coming up in between, we're just taking our rotations. Inhale, 4 more, right, left, right, left. I'm just gonna have another quick look. If you need to, keep both hands on the back of the legs and just take one hand off at a time. Otherwise, you are turning the arms parallel, making sure you are keeping that C-shaped scoop of the spine as you are taking those alternate arm circles. Lovely. After that last one, roll up through the spine and just come into any forward flexion that feels comfortable for you. So either soles of the feet together into your butterfly pose and come forwards, or keep the feet flat, just open the knees and soften, or you might decide to fully extend the legs out and release over those legs. Good. Okay. Once you've taken a couple of breaths in your forward flexion of choice, come back up to seated. Okay. And we're going to come to a 4-point kneeling position. Okay, so coming into your 4-point kneeling position when you are ready. Okay. Now from here, let's just take a couple of cow and catch just to mobilize through the spine. So let's soften our belly button towards the mat as we look forward, softening the shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to breathe out to scoop and round up. Inhale there, exhale, return through. Inhale, belly button softens, eye line forward, shoulders soft. And exhale, round and scoop up. Just do 2 more of those. So just nice and gently. That's it. One more time. Good. So we're just doing a soft mobilization as we've come to our 4-point kneeling before we take another core and leg exercise. Okay, so from here, if you just watch me for a moment, we have 6 repetitions at one level and 6 at the higher level. So first level that everybody's going to do, we're going to breathe in to prepare. As we breathe out, we're going to draw our left knee in towards our chest and fold into a nice ball shape. We're going to breathe in to hold. Our breath out, we extend the leg, we lift the leg, and we come into our half swimming. Okay, so we're going from a tuck to an extension. So let's do 4 of those on either side. So from our 4-point kneeling position, soften those elbows, neutral spine, breathing in. As we breathe out, left knee towards the chest, look down towards the knee and tuck into your ball. Breathe in there, breathe out, slide the left leg away the mat, and come into that extension hold without arching the back. Inhale, exhale, tuck. Inhale, hold. Exhale, return, lengthen from the crown of the head to the toes. 2 more on this left side. And extend away. And 1 more, fold in, feel that tuck, that abdominal scoop, bringing your knee as close to your face as you can, and then extending away. Return back to 4-point and do the other side. Okay, so the right knee this time is going to fold in as we curve to a ball, an abdominal scoop, and then we slide the right foot away from us, lift and lengthen to a half swim. And again, fold in from there. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, hold. Exhale, away. 1 more. Fold in. Hold, breath in. Exhale, lengthen. Last time. Okay, and return down. Just come to a quick child's pose in between. Just to relax through the body. Head and the chest down towards the mat. Head on the floor. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then we're going to do our second level for each side. Okay? So when you're ready, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press back up to a 4-point kneeling position. And now just watch for your levels. You can either stick to exactly the same again for 4. Now bear with me for this demo because I can't do the full plank. But if you wanted to, you could come up to a full plank now. Okay, so imagine I'm in a full plank already. You're then going to bring the leg in to tuck in like you would do. So you're in a full plank, not half like me. And then instead of lengthening the leg just away, you're going to lift that leg up into sort of a split dog. So downward dog, but with one leg lifted. So you will alternate from tucking into a full plank to extending up to half downward dog. Okay, otherwise stick to 4 point as we were. So come to full plank if you're feeling confident. Shoulders down away from ears, strong core. Left leg is going to fold in to tuck. Inhale, hold. Exhale, full plank as you'll hitch the hips. You'll lift the leg and you'll continue into your downward dog split squat stretch. And then you'll fold in again. Inhale to hold. Exhale, extend the leg, and you guys will go back into a half downward dog with leg extension behind. Otherwise, do another 2 this side and then swap to the other side for 4. I'm just going to come to the screen and just have a quick look. That's it. So you come back to full plank as you draw the knee in, and then you transfer the weight back to the back leg as you extend the leg out. Make sure you keep your hips parallel as you do this. So as you extend the back leg out, don't hitch that hip. One more time that side, and then do it the second side. Okay, so second side either staying in your 4 point and just taking the tuck and the extension like we did before. Otherwise, from full plank, you're going to tuck the right leg in. You're going to exhale as you shift your weight back, and you're going to come into your split squat. But hips stay parallel. Don't let those hips rotate. Okay, so you inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, extend and lengthen. 2 more transitions there. Really well done. I know it's hard and I can't quite demo this one. So 2 more, using that breath, feeling the stability of those shoulders when you come into that split squat if you are in full plank. One last one, and then let's come down to a child's pose, release stretch. So after that last time, open the knees, bring the feet together, sit the hips back towards the heels, and soften down, either this time with the arms in front or soften with the arms behind and relax. Good, so we are finished in terms of our exercises, so just enjoy that child's pose for a couple of stretches. And perfect, we have 10 minutes for stretches at the end. So well done for those. I know there was some quite challenging work within that, especially with the standing work. Okay, so this is a time that if you do have your resistance band, or if you have any form of belt, or like I've got my dressing gown belt, we're going to use these to aid our stretches. If you don't have anything, doesn't matter. They can all be done without it. So first stretch, from seated, we're going to keep our left leg in towards the body and our right leg out in front. Okay, I'm going to slightly bend my front leg just so I can thread, if you have it, a belt round the underneath side of the foot. And then if you have something, I'm holding one end of it in each hand and I'm sat up nice and tall. Okay, if you don't, you're just here. You're going to breathe in to sit up tall, holding or not holding. And on the exhale, we're just going to soften the upper body over the lower body. Keeping the hips nice and parallel, just soften down. Okay, so still think of the stretch as coming from the fold in the hips. And if you have your belt, soften your elbows and you're just gently using that belt to bring you forwards. Once you've got as much flexion as you can, soften the head and the neck in and breathe. We're then going to add a rotation from here. So we stay in our forward flexion, keep hold of our belt if we have it. Now we're going to rotate towards the side of the knee that is out to the side. So I'm going to rotate and lift the elbow. And I'm going to imagine that I'm peeking my head underneath through that window that I've created with my elbow. So I stay in forward flexion, but I've simply added that rotation underneath my top elbow. Okay, if you don't have your belt, same thing can be done by just simply lifting the top arm slightly and lifting the elbow. So the idea that this is going to really stretch out through that back hip and lower back. So we've just added rotation to forward flexion. Keep it nice and soft, don't force any of these stretches. Come back to parallel forward flexion and then gently in your own time roll back up. Okay, a couple of shoulder rolls. Try that on the second side. So we switch legs. Okay. I forgot to say, if it is easier for you, you can sit up a little bit higher on something. So if you need your block or your cushion to sit up on, try and get your hips a bit higher than your knees. Otherwise, we're now going to go over the front leg on the other side, holding our belt for a little bit of help, but not coming tight in the shoulders. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold the body over the leg. So think of belly button towards knee, not nose to shin. Okay, so come into that forward flexion. Once you've got maximal forward flexion with or without the belt, relax the head and the chest down and breathe. Take 3 and 4 nice deep breaths. So even if you only make it to here, absolutely fine. Don't force it. Okay, 2 more breaths, and then we're going to add the rotation. So if you guys have the belt, whichever knee is out towards the side, you're going to lift and lengthen that belt a little bit so you can peek and twist underneath that elbow. So you are now adding the rotation to the forward flexion. So you should be feeling that stretch through the side, that the knees to the side, you should be feeling that up the back and hip. Okay, again, if you haven't got that belt, just simply lift the elbow and peek underneath the arm instead. Find the stretch that's good for you. Everyone will be slightly different, and breathe into it. And then return back to parallel forward flexion. Take a nice deep breath in and then slowly roll back up through the spine. And take a couple of shoulder rolls. Good. Okay, let's come down onto our back and do our hamstring stretch with or without our belt. Okay, so again, if you need to have anything like a cushion or a block underneath your head, then pop that there. Come onto your back when you are ready. We're going to keep the left foot in contact with the mat and extend the right leg up towards the ceiling and hold either around the back of the right thigh, or if you have your belt, you've threaded your midfoot through the belt and you've lifted the leg up. Maybe keep a little micro bend on the leg if that's too much of a stretch. Okay, or bring the leg in towards you. Just find your hamstring stretch that's comfortable for you. And practice bringing your toes towards your face and then relaxing your toes away. And just do that a couple of times. So even again, if you've not got the belt, you're just holding behind the thigh and you're using the ankle dorsiflexion and plantar flexion to gain a bit more stretch. And then try inversion and eversion of the ankle. So try showing yourself the inner arch of your foot and then the outer arch of your foot. Okay, if you've got your belt, you're just doing that little pivot whilst pushing into that belt. Keep the shoulders soft. Okay, from there, we're going to extend your supporting leg straight down. Okay, this might be slightly harder for those without a belt. I then want you to hold both sides of the belt, opposite hand to leg. So if you've got your right leg up, you need to hold with your left hand and vice versa. The arm is going to go out a little bit further to the side, and then we're going to take that leg stretch where we bring the lifted leg across the midline of the body slightly without lifting off the hip on the same side. So keep the hip bone square to the ceiling and just take the leg slightly across. So we're opening up through the lateral leg there. If you haven't got a belt, you might just bring the knee in towards the chest, hold on the outside of the knee and just gently fold the leg slightly over the midline. So you can do it, it's just maybe not quite as efficient with that side leg stretch. Okay, so breathe into that stretch. A couple of times, bring the leg back over the hip and extend the legs down. Okay, in the centre, just take a couple of double knee folds for me before we do the second side. And then we're going to take the left leg up into our hamstring stretch with or without the belt. So just do a couple of your knee folds. Mobilize out through the hips. And then let's do that on the second side. So we're going to take the left leg up with or without the belt, with or without a straight leg. Supporting right leg is flat. Okay, and then we're practicing bringing our toes towards us and then away from us. Just see how that affects through the hamstrings. Keep the shoulders soft, so hold the belt lower down if you're overreaching with your shoulders. And then try inversion and eversion of the ankle. So it's that rotation. Bring the inner arch towards your face and then bring the outer arch towards your face. See how that affects potentially through your hamstrings. That's it, breathing nice and gently. And then the supporting leg is going to straighten down. If we're holding the belt, we're going to hold onto the belt with the opposite hand to the leg that's lifted. Okay, and then when we're ready, keeping both hips planted on the mat, we slowly take the leg just across the midline of the body. So a small movement, keeping that leg as straight as possible. And we breathe. We hold that stretch, feeding the stretch hopefully up through the outside of the full leg. Again, if you haven't got a belt for that one, I'd bend the leg to tabletop. Opposite hand around the outside of the knee, and then I just gently fold the legs slightly across the midline of the body. Breathe wherever you are. Keep the shoulders square to the ceiling and the hips square to the mat. And then release the legs down. Take the belt off, bring both legs flat, and then bring both knees in towards the chest. Squeeze the knees in, and then take a couple of circles either way, just to mobilize out through the lower back and the hips. And just do that the other way. Good, lovely. Really nice. Come onto your side, gently push up from there. And we're just going to do a final stretch from seated, which is going to be our nice butterfly release. Sitting on your block if you need to get a little bit higher, or on your cushion. Soles of the feet together, knees and the hips out, shoulders soft, holding around the ankles. Breathing in to lift and lengthen, breathing out to fold forwards. And just relax into that forward flexion. So just notice how the body's feeling after those stretches, after class. Keep the head and the shoulders relaxed, breathing softly in and out. Good, and round back up through the spine, and just take a couple of shoulder rolls to finish, and then a quick ear to shoulder stretch, either keeping the knees parallel or back to butterfly. We're just going to take ear to shoulder on one side, take the same arm on that side up and over to just increase that stretch. Be nice and gentle with the head and the neck here, keeping this opposite shoulder down away from the ear. Breathing in and out a couple of times, nice and deeply, and then come back to center and do that the second side. So you might just do it with the head tilt, or take the hand onto the top just to increase that stretch a little bit more. Good, and bringing the head up. Brilliant, and we are finished. I'm just going to stop this recording.